gotta maneuver out of there. Get out of there. Go. Get out. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. We got some things to talk about today, okay? So, my name is Diva Doll. Welcome to Glam Over Gossip, and welcome to my channel. I'm happy to have you. But first things first, before you take your shoes off and have a seat and we get into some things, I need you to turn on your post notifications because I want you to come back. I want to see you again. We got to talk again because now that you're here, we are friends. So welcome, okay? Again, like, comment, share, and subscribe so that you can help a sister out and I can grow my subscribers, okay? And I really appreciate you for that. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so this is my handy dandy glam book. And I keep this close to me so that I don't forget anything or any great points that we're going to be talking about. So today's topic is what you need to know by your 30s. Okay? What you need to know by your 30s. I'm going to say it again. What you need to know by your 30s. And I'm going to give you 5 things today, okay, that you should know by your 30s. And if you're in your 30s and you don't know this, it's time to reevaluate. And if you're about to come into your 30s, please take notes. Number 1, you need to know how to say no. No is a complete sentence, okay? It took me time to grasp this, okay, on my setting boundaries journey and on my self-love journey. You have to know how to say no, okay? No doesn't always require an explanation. If I say no, I'm not doing this, I don't feel like it, it's just that. And you have to know that it's okay to not be available sometimes for other people. It might just be that you need time to yourself. You might need to protect your mental health. You might just don't feel like it that day. So I had to learn this in my 30s, how to say no. Period. Number 2, don't turn red flags into yellow flags or green flags. Now, I know you've done that. You. I'm talking to you. I know you've done that because I've done that, okay? I'm being open and honest. I will let some things slide sometimes when I find a person very attractive, okay? Sometimes I'll be like, you know what? We can get past that. We could work on that. I could deal with that. Every time I do that, it come back to slap me. Don't turn those red flags into yellow flags or green flags. Take it for what it is. When you see a red flag and it's something that is very important to you, do not turn that into a yellow or red flag for God's sake. I'm telling you. It will save you a lot of time, a lot of wasted years, and a lot of headache and heartache. Okay? Trust me when I say this. You need to know this by your 30s. And if you can learn this by your 20s, you are ahead of the game. Learn this early. Okay, let's check the handy dandy glam book. Number 3. You have to learn how to be responsible and not entitled. Don't depend on anybody for anything, because they're gonna show you why you shouldn't have. Believe me, I've 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 learned this, and I've experienced this. Um, Everybody needs somebody sometimes, okay? That's just a part of being human. But if there's things that you can do without asking other people, do it, okay? We are grown. Nobody owes you nothing. Nobody owes me nothing. Anybody who ever done anything for me or to help me, I appreciate that, right? But you got to be careful who you accept help from, okay? Because it could come back to slap you. Sometimes you just have to figure it out on your own without asking anybody for any type of help or assistance. So remember, and if you hear thunder, it's because it's raining in my area. Never mind that. So remember to be responsible and never be entitled. Once you are an adult, nobody owes you anything. They don't have to do anything for you. They ain't push you out. Even if they did push you out, they don't owe you anything. You be responsible and not entitled. Stop asking people or getting mad at people who don't do things for you. They don't have to. Are you paying their bills? Are you doing things for them? If not, stop the entitlement. When you're in your 30s, you got to cut it. Nobody cares. Nobody's coming to save you. You got to save yourself. No entitlement. Number 4, you have to know how to maneuver more quickly out of situations that do not benefit you or your future, and categorize people. All right. I had to laugh at this because I'm speaking from my experience and people who are my friends and family. We all have done this. Sometimes you look up and it's years later and you're like, dang, I ain't maneuvered out of this situation yet. When you hit your 30s, if you don't know nothing else, know this. You had to maneuver. Almost like you in a car. You gotta get the out of there. Out of situations that don't serve you or your future. I'm telling you, if it does not benefit you or your future, you are wasting valuable time. And you got to categorize people who don't quite benefit to where you're going, okay? So you might have people that's fun to just party with. You have people who you can depend on for business stuff. You have people who you could just depend on for prayer, emotional support. But just know, you better categorize people very quickly, okay? And the ones that don't serve any type of benefit, you got to maneuver. Out of there. Get out of there. Go. Get out. Run. Drive. Jump on the skateboard. Jump on the scooter. Jump, if you from B-More, jump on the dirt bike. Get out of there. You gotta go. Maneuver more quickly. It will save you a lot of time. Last but not least, number 5. This is what you need to know by your 30s. Okay? How? You have to know how to practice discernment. Be aware of your surroundings and the company you keep. Again, number 5, you need to know how to practice discernment and be aware of the company you keep. Now, discernment is something you have to pray about. People with a good heart, people with empathy, often are, we know who we gotta watch out for, but because we like to show love, we may still, visit, spend time with these people just because we have a good heart. But you better have discernment. You better know who has your best interest at heart. You better know who's faking it. And you better know who you're safe around and who you are not. If you ever feel like you have to question your safety when you're hanging around people, don't hang around them. I'm telling you now. Look at all the situations we've seen on social media. You better be careful who you hang around and have discernment. You better be careful who you date. Have discernment. I'm speaking from experience. You could be sleeping with the devil or with Lucifer or with somebody who ain't come around to pour anything into your life, only take, conquer, and destroy. You better have discernment, okay? I'm speaking from experience. I let people around me or too close to me that never ever should have been close to me or near me. And guess what? It's a learning lesson. Hey, sometimes God brings you into people's life to be a light for them. They need your light. They need your inspiration. They need your motivation. Okay? Heavy is the crown. But have discernment. Because there's a lot of people who are no longer here who didn't have discernment. Know who to trust. And when there are people around that you can't trust, you better put them in that category, baby. You better know. You better be aware. You better watch your back, because you know the saying. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Them backstabbers. Smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Them backstabbers. Okay, understand. Backstabbers ain't made believe. It ain't a fairy. She was a fairy. No, backstabbers are real. Okay, they exist, and you better watch. You better have discernment. Real. It could really be something that can determine life or death. Okay, I am very selective at this age of where I go, who I hang around, who knows where I live, who knows personal information about me. And no, I don't always get it perfect, okay? But it's a lot of things that I share on social media, but still, it's a lot of things people don't know about me that I don't share on social media because of discernment. You have to be careful how much you put out, because people will come, try to destroy, like where you work and things. People will call your job, make up stuff. Be careful, have discernment. So, we have talked about 5 things you need to know by your 30s. Again, these are 5 things you need to know by your 30s. And I want to know, what are some things that you think we need to know by our 30s? We need to help each other out. Definitely. Share the wisdom. Share what you've been through. I want to know. So please drop a comment below and let me know, what are some other things that you think we need to know by our 30s? Okay? And if you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. And meet me back here for the next video, because we got some more stuff to talk about. Okay? Thank you for coming today. Bye. Let me say something. when I'm getting ready to record, it's like you're watching where your hair is, little things. But guess what? It's never gonna be perfect. But please, here's my sis again. She always had my back, and she did too. She does too. They both had my back. Okay. And this sign behind me, it says bloom. And if you want to know what my cup says, it says on to the next era. Because I am in a new season of my life and I'm loving it. I've been so happy and so blessed and so fulfilled. And I'm loving it here. Also, check out my dress. Every woman needs a nice black dress. Comfy. I gotta move this chair so you can really get into it. She was a very, what?